Hello and thank you for clicking on my video. This will be the look I'll be doing today. And we're starting off with my Morphe eyeshadow primer. And I'm using it on a flat synthetic brush just all over my eyelid. And I did not set my eyeshadow primer. I do if I use concealer, but not whenever it's an actual eyeshadow primer like this. And I'm going in with this pink shade from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Volume 2 palette, building it up in my crease by patting it with my fluffy brush and then going back and forth in little circles to blend it out towards the edges. And I do this back and forth with added product to build the color up until it's an intensity that I like. Then I'm going in with that bright pink shade right next to it. Same brush, and I'm doing it mostly only on the inner corner, inner half kind of deal, because I'm going to do a darker color on the outside, so I didn't want to just cover it. And then I'm going in with that deeper berry shade and patting it on my outer corner and bringing whatever is left into my crease and blending it with that bright pink and blending out the edges with little circle back and forth motions. Then I went back in with my last brush just to soften things up a little bit more. And then going in with that really deep red shade, packing it on pretty dark, honestly. The same motion I did with the last color. And then once this is at an intensity that I like, I'm blending it out with the fluffy side. And this is one of those brushes from the old Anastasia palettes. I honestly really like them. They're like easy to do these fun looks with because, I don't know, it just was. Then I'm using this L'Oreal Infallible eyeshadow that is no longer made, but would love if they did make it again. In with my finger first. Sorry it got blurry, it'll clear up. But I'm using my finger just to put it down mostly. And then I went in with a damp brush to kind of sharpen that line and give it more of a cut crease kind of look. I didn't feel like doing an entire cut crease and that whole, actually cutting it, so I just mimicked it. And then I go in with this eyeshadow stick from MAC in Subliminal Spark. This is one of my favorite like eyeshadow topper kind of products. I'll put it on top of any sort of shimmery whatever. I love it so much. I'll even wear it on its own whenever I just need something. And I'm just putting it all over where I put that L'Oreal eyeshadow. And it just added a little bit more to it. I wish it wasn't blurry so that you could see a little bit more, but oh my gosh, it just made it so pretty. There we go, now it's clear. And I'm going back in with that deeper berry shade and blending out that line when I added the champagne kind of color on my outer corner. And like before, just building the color and blending out the edges. Just build it up where you want it to be, the most intense and build out the edges. That's the easiest way for me to do it. And I'm going back in basically in that same order of that bright, not bright purple, that berry purple to red kind of deal. And then that's obviously the bright pink brush to blend it all out on the edges again. Make sure we're not going to lose that tone either, because sometimes you can if you add in too much. And then I'm going in with my foundation. This is the new formula of the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I just have a little sample bottle right now, so that's why I didn't show it. And I'm pretty sure this is the lightest shade that they have, which I think it might be too light for me, especially since I've been out swimming. So I need to go down a little bit more, but I mean, it worked. As you see, I just dotted it all over my face. I did not use primer, and I let my skincare soak in. I've noticed that that is definitely like a game changer with how the foundation actually sets, and it actually makes it look better rather than like cakey, because if I use a primer it looks cakey, or if I don't wait for my skincare to soak in it looks cakey. And now I'm going in with my Morphe Intoxicated blush, and I'm using a brush to apply it first, and then I'm blending it out with my finger. I used to never wear blush and not like it and avoid it, but it's grown on me, and I've learned the shades that work on my skin tone. I think that's what a lot of it was. A lot of it made me look sunburned rather than, just blushed. I'm putting some on my nose as well because I have fell victim to that. It is cute. And now I'm going in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Concealer in the shade 0.5N. I'm applying it on my chin, and then my cupid's bow, my nose, a little heart on my forehead, and just a couple dots under my eye, not much. And I'm blending it out with my same foundation brush. And no, to be real, yeah, that is a decent amount of concealer. But if I try to do a little amount, I just end up adding more. So I'm gonna add the amount I need from the get-go. Why would I just, waste my time like that? Plus, I use it to kind of dim down my blush a little bit. And then I don't put foundation or anything under my eyes anymore either, so it's just my concealer. And right after I blend it out, I set it with my loose powder because my eyes are those kind that'll crease right away instantly. It doesn't matter what product it is, how little, how much, whatever there is, they will crease. It just does not matter. I'm sure the only thing that'll work is like if you take a Q-tip and wipe out the extra product, but I'm gonna be honest, I'm not gonna do that. This is what is easiest for me. And then I just take the excess and I'll rub it on my nose and like my smile lines and stuff too. And then I'm just setting my whole face with my loose powder, and this is just the Morphe pink powder. I'm honestly not into the pink setting powder. I'm going to switch back to just the translucent powder. I don't like that pink undertone under my eyes and my concealer, whatever. I was going to try it, and that's why I started off with just the loose powder, but yeah, not into it. And so we're on to the under eyes, as you can see. Going back in with that bright pink shade, and then I'm using a red shade. And I wanted it to be really, like, bold and kind of smoked out under there with the red rather than purple. So that's why it looks, kind of heavier under there. And then I'm going in with the black shade of this palette on a tiny, tiny little pencil brush. And I'm using it on like the very outer corner, almost making a wing with it, but because I didn't want to wear eyeliner, but I wanted that definition. And I'm also bringing it on my lower lash line as well. I did put I did put eyeliner in my waterline and whenever I put my mascara on off camera, but I didn't want to wear like a wing or anything. So here's my very loved ColourPop Super Shock eyeshadow, not eyeshadow, highlighter. I'm using it on my inner corner and my brow bones, and I also used it on my face as well. Using my Sephora Collection contouring single. I think it's their Fair Light shade, the #1 shade. And I used it on an angle brush to apply it, and then I blended it out with my big purple brush that you saw me set my face with. I'm applying my contour on my cheekbones. I did my nose, and then under my chin, my jawline as well. I don't really do it super precise on my nose because I'm not trying to change the shape of my nose. I'm just trying to make my face not look flat. Just trying to give myself some dimension. Same with my jawline. And then highlighting with the same ColourPop highlighter. And then I'm using this auto lip liner from, oh my god, I forgot the name of that brand. Let me look real quick on my phone. It was one I got from a beauty supply store, so it's not necessarily a big known brand. The brand is Nika, New York, Nick A, New York, Nika K, New York. Sorry. Anyways, yeah, the brand is Nika K, New York, and it's auto lip liner in plum. I just looked at my Instagram caption because I posted this a while ago, but I also recorded it, so I will be reposting it just anyways. And this honestly is a really good lip liner. The beauty supply store makeup is like so underhyped. I need to do more with it, and I need to shop more of it, honestly. Because this light lip liner was only like $2, $3, and it lasts, it's pretty, it blends well, it's creamy. Love it, 10 out of 10. And you can see the way I'm applying it in that ombre kind of deal. I don't like doing it just on the outside. And then I'm using Clinique lipstick. Let me see what shade this is again because I'm a goon and I don't know what shade it is off the top of my head. It's probably Love Pop. I was right. It is Clinique Love Pop lipstick. And here is the finished look. Thank you for taking the time to watch my video. And please subscribe and follow to all my socials. Thank you.